Right. How is your habit stacking coming along?
Today was iffy.
Sorry, today was
A little iffy.
busy. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, better than zero, but
Better than yeah. That's a good start. To, to go from zero to non-zero is a big deal.
Good evening.
Amen. How are you doing?
Doing good. Mine got reset actually because of weekend
Okay.
habit sticking.
Yes, yes. Just a second. Sorry, Manjit, you were saying.
Yeah, because of weekends, my habit stacking stuff got reset to zero again.
That's okay. We simply begin again, not a problem. If only we can commit to begin again. My daughter gives a thumbs up to say begin again. Today we will approach Chakrasana. Do some preparation. Do as best as we can to prepare and approach it. Remember, once again, there is no perfection. There is no such thing as perfection. But I ask for diligence. Diligence is attention and reaching for as best as you can, reaching for that edge as best as you can with attention is all I'm asking for. And if you do that, even when you're practicing on your own, if you are aware and you are courageously reaching up to that edge without crossing it, you will make progress. And progress comes in two dimensions. Sthira Sukham Asanam. In fact, a definition of posture or asana is Sthira Sukham. It's stable and it is effortless. And so you can measure progress in any of your postures by being aware of how stable it is and how effortless it becomes. It might seem as impossible to begin with, or if you are attempting, it might seem a lot of effort. But as you continue practice, if there are no structural problems, you will make progress in both stability and effortlessness. With that in mind, any comfortable seated posture. Three deep breaths. And after that, normal breathing. And watch your breath. We're so fortunate to be able to breathe. Just this breath is precious. We cannot skip any breath. Even though some things that we want to do, like practice every day, and we skip, whatever reason, we cannot skip a breath. It's one of the miraculous things that is involuntary, and yet there is a certain measure of voluntary influence. Imagine the whole atmosphere is a fuel tank filled with fuel, and we are swimming in the fuel. And whenever we need, we inhale. Being thankful to be able to take this breath. With that gratitude in your heart, bring the palms to the heart center, namaskaram. Tilting your head forward, gently open your eyes. Inhaling, arms by the side, palms going up, looking up. Exhaling, palms coming down, looking down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up, stretching your throat just a bit. Exhaling, palms coming down, stretching the back up in it just a bit. One last round. Inhaling. Exhaling down. Release. Come up to standing. Front of the mat, Tadasana. Feet as close together as you can. If you're not able to bring your feet together, you can keep the feet an inch apart with the inner feet parallel to each other. If you're not able to bring the feet entirely together, it's okay. But have the inner feet be parallel. And make micro adjustments to the hip posture, shoulders, head. Shoulders relaxed. Fingers pointing directly downward. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes. If you feel uncomfortable, open. Either way, Pay attention to the weight on your feet. Gently open your eyes. It's taken 4 billion years for us to stand straight like this. Life on earth has taken. It's a miracle that we can stand with such a high center of gravity. Arms up, press the palms. Arms up, press the palms. Lengthen through to the ceiling. Your fingers are reaching far. Your spine is in normal standing posture, no back bend. Just you're stretching up, straight up, that's all, no back bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. Palms to the heart center, Namaskara Mudra. 3 rounds of Surya Namaskara begin. Don't push yourself too much in first 2 rounds. Third round, you can explore a bit more. As in, you can inhale and exhale a bit more. Check if you're doing it out of habit. And bring it to the current practice. The current practice is not about what we did last time or what we will do next time. Bring the attention to this breath, this posture. Everything else can wait. Attention to this breath, this posture. After completing, stand comfortably, relaxed. Breath normalizing on its own. And watch that process of normalization. And that is a miracle by itself. Three deep breaths. Feet hip width apart. Hands on your waist. Get your thumbs to touch each other on the back. Open the chest. Shoulder blades going toward each other, getting the elbow to point toward the back wall. Making the chest go forward and up, and then pelvis moving forward, back bend. You can keep looking up. Keep the chin like how you're standing up. Just keep looking up. Next inhalation, chest a bit higher, shoulder blades squeezing a bit more, pelvis going forward a bit more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, come up. Exhaling, release arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. Arms up, parallel to each other, palms facing the front. Bend at the wrists and allow the fingers to point toward the back wall. Now take your arms further back, pelvis moving forward, raise the chest up, back bend, and allow the arms to go back. Strong legs. Keep looking at the ceiling, front wall and the top of the front wall. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, straighten up. Exhaling, release arms. Remember this reference for Chakrasana practice as we approach it. It will look something similar to this posture, except the bend will be a bit deeper. The backward bend will be a bit deeper. Let's repeat this one more time. Arms up. Palms facing the front. Take a deep breath, exhale. Reach up and extend the spine up. Bend at the wrist. Next inhalation, chest moving forward and higher, pelvis moving forward, back bend. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling up. Exhaling, release arms. If at any time you're feeling dizzy or not feeling comfortable for any reason, please come out of the practice and sit in Sukhasana. When you feel better, you can join. Next time, we're going to practice the same thing. We're going to go a bit deeper by bending the knees and then yet keeping the pelvis pushing forward, up, chest pushing forward and up, and then dropping the arms further back as much as you can without any aggression. Feet hip width apart. Arms up, palms facing the front. Bend at the wrists. Now inhaling, palms reaching toward the ceiling. Next inhalation, pelvis moving forward, chest going forward and up, arms going backward and down. Now bend your knee and bend a bit deeper as much as you can, and then drop your arms just a bit further back. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, come up. Exhaling, release the arms. Each of the postures might have meaning, which is different from person to person. In fact, that meaning could change from morning to evening. So, whether you are standing relaxed or approaching the edge, your entire attention is on the posture, on the breath, and how the breath is helping stabilize or giving way for the posture. Another deep breath, exhale. Hands on your waist. Inhale, exhaling, halfway bending forward. Look to the front, and you can bend the knees to allow the body to come parallel to the ground, not a problem. Now look to the front and flatten the back. You can bend the knees, not a problem. 5 deep breaths. 5. Ardha Uttana variation. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, come up. Exhaling, release arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. Bhujangasana practice. Feet close together. Bhujangasana we practice as part of Surya Namaskara. Bhujangasana is an excellent classic. There are so many variations of Bhujangasana, of course. It's a classic back bending posture. Namaskara mudra. Inhaling Hastha Uttana. Exhaling Uttanasana. Inhaling right foot back. Left foot back. Drop your knees down. Chest going between the palms. Ashtanga Namaskara. Bring the elbows close to the body. Relax the abdomen. And finally, lie down in Makarasana. The toes can be pointing away from each other or toward each other or toward the back wall. Whichever rests your lower back. Bring your legs close together, toes pointing to the back, chin down on the mat, palms by the sides of the chest, elbows close to the body. Inhaling, using your back muscle strength, come up, chin up, head up, chest up. Take the hands off the mat. Take the hands off the mat. Use your back muscle strength. Strong legs, toes pointing to the back, big toes touching each other, pointing back. 5 deep breaths, 5. You might go up and down as you inhale and exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Chin down on the ground. Keep the palms where they are. Now we'll push for a slightly deeper bend with the palms pressing. It's a Bhujangasana variation. Again, we might go through this in Surya Namaskara. Take a deep breath. Inhaling, come up in normal Bhujangasana without the palms pressing, using the back muscle strength. And then allow the shoulder to go away from your ears as much as you can. Shoulders away from ears. Now, keeping the distance between your ears and shoulders, press the palms and come up. But keep the distance between your ears and shoulders. The moment the distance reduces, you can bend your elbow or keep the elbows bent, not a problem. Elbow straightening is not what we're looking for. As much distance between your ears and shoulders, and you come up as much. Your soft gaze is directly ahead, like a cobra watching the front. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower your chin down to the ground. And Makarasana. Chakrasana is a crocodile posture. It's a way to relax, like a crocodile relaxing the warm sun on the banks. And watch the breath and the effects of the breath, relaxing breaths on your body. And this is different. You might feel this experience very different from your normal breathing experience. Take a deep breath, exhale. Now, same Bhujangasana variation with the palms pressing. Now, we're going to attempt it. For those who are comfortable, can bend the knees. Others can simply repeat what we did earlier. Bring the legs together, toes pointing to the back. Bring the palms by the sides of the chest. Inhaling, chin up, head up, chest up. Now create as much gap between your ears and shoulders and press. You can keep the elbows bent if your space between your ears and shoulders are reduced. Now bend your knees as much as you can. Those who are not able to bend, simply keep it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release the legs and chin down to the ground. Makarasana. 3 deep breaths. Vajrasana. Vajrasana is a counter posture. Even if you don't have to go deep forward bend, Vajrasana itself, or even Sukhasana itself, is a forward bend with the thighs closer to the abdomen. Observe the breath, state of mind, state of body. Three deep breaths. Ushtrasana practice. Standing on your knees. Separate the knees hip width apart. Let's first practice with the toes tucked in. Knees hip width apart. Feet hip width apart. Heels and toes hip width apart. If you need support for your knees, you can fold your blanket and keep it for the knees. Hands on your waist. Thumbs touching each other on the back, middle of the back. Open the chest, elbows pointing to the back. Raise the chest up and front. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Moving the pelvis just a bit forward, look up for a back bend. Now elbows pointing toward the heels. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, straighten up. Release the arms, Vajrasana. Take a deep breath, exhale. Standing on your knees. Keep your toes tucked in. Knees hip width apart. Heels and toes hip width apart. Right arm up. Palm, rotate the arm so the palm is facing the side wall. Reach back and find your right heel. Similarly, left arm up toward the ceiling, rotate the arm out and find the left heel. Now those keep looking forward. Those who are not able to do this, repeat the previous posture. Others, pelvis moving forward, squeeze the shoulder blades just a bit, allowing the chest to go higher and up toward the ceiling. The sternum, the chest bone is going toward the ceiling. Look at the ceiling. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand on the right waist, left hand on the left waist. Inhaling, come up. Vajrasana. All I'm asking for is diligence and awareness. There is no perfection. There is no idea of a posture. There is a posture. There is a real posture that you can experience yourself. Follow the instruction. And if you are not able to understand my instructions, you can look at Manjit, Sanjay. And if even that is not clear, please ask. So you can directly experience the posture. Not how others are experiencing it. It's irrelevant, really. Take a deep breath, exhale. Standing on your knees. Toes pointing to the back, knees hip width apart. Toes pointing to the back. Heels and feet hip width apart. Right arm up toward the ceiling. Rotate the right arm out and find the right heel. Left arm up. Reach up, rotate the arm and find the left heel. Now keep looking to the front. Move the pelvis forward and the sternum up toward the ceilings, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Those who are flexible can slide the palm right on top of the soles of your feet, and then drop your head only if you're comfortable. 5 deep breaths, 5. Chest going higher if you're making any adjustments at all, but once you reach, just become aware of the posture. 2. And 1. Hands, one hand at a time on your waist. Release the posture, Vajrasana. Sukhasana. One tabletop, as we call it, posture. 2. Feel the hip working against gravity, the knee bend. Take a deep breath, exhale. Stretch your legs forward. Dandasana. Separate the legs hip width apart. Place your palms behind you. Fingers pointing toward your feet. Bend your knees. Feet hip width apart. Inhaling, hips up. Keep looking at the ceiling. If you need to walk forward a bit, if you do that to bring your knee on top of the ankle and hips up. Keep the entire action is on your hips. Hold your hips up. And then bring the sternum, the chest bone up. Squeezing the shoulder blades in the back. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release the hips down. Release the legs. Relax. Now, those who are not quite ready for Chakrasana today, you can come back to this posture as a preparation. Chakrasana requires a good amount of strength in the shoulders, upper body, and a good amount of comfort or effortlessness in back bend, back bending postures. And so if you're not able to approach Chakrasana, it is quite all right. Just remember all these postures that we are doing and we have been doing, they're all preparation for that. And one of these days, you will get to experience Chakrasana deeper. Lie down on your back. Even before we approach, one more posture to prepare. Sedhubandha sarvangasana. Take a deep breath, exhale. Actually, hug your knees, rock back and forth, relieving any tension before we proceed. Side to side. Settle back down, release the legs. Bend your knees, feet hip width apart. Arms close to the body, arms facing down. Your heels comfortably closer to the seat bone. If your fingertips are touching, that's okay. If you're not, that's okay. But as long as you're keeping the feet hip width apart, heels as comfortably closer to the seat bones as you can, it's fine. And those who can, even grab your ankles, you can. Inhaling, hips up. Hips up, tighten your glutes and hips further up. And squeeze the shoulder blades gently together in the back, raising the chest. Allow this chest bone, the sternum, to come toward the chin. And those who are comfortable, interlace fingers, press the palms together and extend your elbows. Keep the arms on the ground. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release the hips down. Release the arms, release the legs. Just releasing the legs and lying down on the back itself can be a counter posture. You might feel relief. If our body is healthy and you're practicing, you don't need a counter posture for each posture. You don't need it, or you wouldn't need it. Or just coming off the posture itself might seem like a counter posture. 3 deep breaths. Bend your knees. The feet not as close to the seat bones as before. Comfortably bend the knees. Because Chakrasana can be harder or deeper if your heels are closer. Arms up. palms facing up. First start with the arms, stretch the arms up, stretch the arms toward the back wall. Now, bend your elbows and place the palms, fingers pointing toward your feet. Now it'll be easier as much as you can bend your elbows and place the palms closer to the shoulders. If your palms are further up toward your head or toward the head side, it might be harder. So bend your elbows as much as you can. Now, always there's a tendency for the elbows to point outward. Even now or as you push up, but consciously keep the elbows parallel or arms parallel to each other and not allow the elbows to point outward. Then you will have an alignment stability problem. Now, all we're going to do is push off the mat and place the roof of the head on the mat. Inhaling, hips up first, then push up and place the head on the mat, roof of the head on the mat. Now see if your elbows have widened out and bring the elbows back and stay here. You can stay here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push on the mat, get the head off the mat, tuck your chin in, and then lower down, lower down, lower down, go back down. We're not going to Chakrasana fully yet. Release the posture. Tuck your chin in and release the posture. Tuck your chin in and release the posture. Sanjay, when you are coming back, tuck your chin in as in chin going toward the chest. Chin going toward the chest, and then you can land the back of your head on the mat. Release the legs, relax. Now, those who are able to place the roof of the head with the elbows bent, you can go back and practice that. And those who can push further up and straighten the elbows for Chakrasana practice. With awareness, with diligence, reach for what is possible. What's the best that you can? And at any point in time, you need to come back. Chin going toward the chest, and then bend the elbows and lower the head, back of the head down on the mat. And then the hips come down to the mat. That's the release posture. As long as you remember the release posture, you can approach Chakrasana to the extent possible, and when you need to release, you can take a deep breath, exhale. Bend your knees. Comfortably bend, not too close to your seat bones, which will make it harder for you now. Arms up and then bend at the elbows. Place the palms closer to the shoulders. In fact, your fingers could be touching your shoulders if you can. Fingers and then palms are shoulder width apart. Now look at the elbows. If the elbows are pointing away from each other, bring the elbows parallel to each other. Inhaling, hips up, push up, and roof of the head on the mat. And if you're further comfortable, press and go further up and straighten the elbow. 5, and then drop the head. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chin to the chest. Bend your elbows and slowly back of the head on the mat, and then hip, and then release the posture. Gently bring the knees closer to the chest. Bend the knees and knees closer to the chest. You can hold the knees comfortably. Arms to the side, shoulder height. Drop your knees toward your right elbow and look over your left shoulder. 5 breaths, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees to the center and drop your knees to your left elbow and look over your right shoulder. 5 deep breaths. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees to the center and proceed to Shavasana. Letting go of your body completely. Once you relax the body, bring your attention to your breaths and allow the exhalations to relax the body further. And continuing to pay attention to the fuel coming in, waste going out with each breath. Inhale, exhale. We have fuel coming in, exhaust going out. The same way, the nostrils. And allow the exhalations to relax. Enjoying, if you will, every breath. Luxurious breaths. Energizing and relaxing at the same time. Relax. Shanti, shanti. Gently come out of Shavasana. Take your hands back, inhaling, exhaling, bending forward, thanking Mother Earth. Inhale, come on. Rub your palms. Massage your closed eyes. Gently blink your eyes open. Namaste. Thank you for giving me this opportunity